Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Amani and you are watching Along the Pages.
It's 7 o'clock.
Okay. I'm just kidding. Welcome back, you guys. Today we are going to be doing a wrap up. I'm sorry it's so overexposed, but this is just the way the lighting is coming in today. The sun is up very high right now. I could film this video later, but why not do it when I have the energy? Okay, so I'm here to give you guys my February 2020 wrap up. If you do not know, then I don't know how you don't know, but February is Black History Month. So with that being said, I wanted to read as many Black books as I possibly could. This was a busy month for me, so I only read, like really read 1 week out of this month, and it was the week of Valentine's Day, and I believe I read altogether 5 books. So for me, that's really good. So for the first books, I'm going to actually get the books that were not Black, you know, written by a Black author or a Black main character. I'm gonna get those out of the way. So for the first book that I completed in the month of February 2020 is Heir of Fire by Sarah J. Maas. This is one of my favorite series of all time, and I was just like, you know what, I'm not going to keep going with the hype of whatever booktube is reading at the moment. I'm not trying to rush to get to certain books. I'm just going to take a step back and enjoy some of my favorites. And so I've been rereading the Throne of Glass series. I read A Court of Mist and Fury, wrong series. I read A Throne of Glass and Crown of Midnight last month in January, so I was just continuing this series in February. So I completed the third book, which is Heir of Fire. I gave this book a 5 out of 5 stars. It was so much better than I remembered it to be honest with you. We meet one of my favorite characters ever in all of the books that I've ever read in this series, and I mean in this book, and it's just really good. Everything is like a page turner. There are some slow bits, but I don't even really want to say that because it was just so freaking good. And it's like, this is where you see the series take a complete different turn from how you would have thought that it would have been going from the first and second book. This literally flips it into something that made this series incredible. So yeah, this gets 5 out of 5 stars for me. For the second book that I completed in the month of February 2020, I'm gonna keep saying 2020 just because I don't know, it's 2020. So the second book that I read was following Heir of Fire. I finished Queen of Shadows, which is the 4th book in the series, the Throne of Glass series. I did not explain what Heir of Fire was about or what Queen of Shadows is about because they are way down in the line of a series, which is Throne of Glass. If you are not familiar with that series and you're new on booktube, because that's the only way that you're not familiar with the series, is if you're new on booktube. This series is basically about an assassin who has to work for, well, the first book is about an assassin who has to go and compete in a competition to be the king's champion and do his bidding, and stuff happens from there. But like I just said, after this book, it just takes a completely different turn. If you like magic, if you like love, if you like fighting scenes, and if you like books that are set in like a historical time, then definitely pick these up. The 4th book, Queen of Shadows, was so good. Okay, it was so good. I don't remember loving this book this much. I remember enjoying when they had the heist in the beginning of the book. I really enjoyed that, but I didn't remember all the other things that came inside of this book, and it was so freaking good. Every single chapter, every single page was amazing. So this book did get 5 out of 5 stars for me. For the next book that I read in the month of February 2020 would be The Vanishing Stair by Maureen Johnson. This is the second installment in a trilogy. It's the second installment in a trilogy, and the first book was called Truly Devious, which I have here on my shelf. I'm not gonna pull it out, but if you know about it, you know about it. This book basically follows a mystery that's set in between two different timelines, and they kind of not overlap with each other, but the previous mystery goes in with this current mystery, and it's set at a boarding school far away from everything, and it's just intellectually gifted individuals who have odd passions get to go to the school and study what they like in particular. So every student is there for something different. The person that we are following, the main character in this series, is called Stevie, and her passion, her thing that she's just really good at is mysteries, and in particular she's very interested in the mystery that happened at the boarding school like 50 years ago. And so it's just them trying to figure out that, her trying to figure out that mystery, and the previous mystery, we go back to what happened 50 years ago and we're trying to figure out what happened with that mystery. And I'm talking a lot. That's basically what it's about. It's about a mystery. So the first book, Truly Devious, got, I believe, a 4 out of 5 stars for me. It was a little slow, but it was still really good. Let me tell you, babes, let me tell you, The Vanishing Stare by Maureen Johnson is not slow. Every single page is a page turner, and I know I've said that about the past 3 books or 2 books that I've mentioned, but listen, I am not just this easy person who's just gonna say, oh, it's so good, every page is a page turner. No, I mean it, okay? I literally mean it. So basically this book had me like literally sucked in the entire time. I listened to the audiobook, which when I read Truly Devious, I actually physically read that, and that's why I was thinking maybe that's why it was a little slow for me. So I listened to the audiobook, and baby, let me tell you, it went by so fast for me. It felt like I was watching a movie. So yeah, that book got a 5 out of 5 star for me. The first Black book that I read this month would be My Sister the Serial Killer by Oyinkan Braithwaite. Wait, I'm not saying her name right, and I truly do apologize. I just haven't heard anybody else talk about this book with the author, so it's hard to know the name. But basically I physically read this book, and it's a very short book. It's 223 pages, so I read this in one sitting or one day, and it was good. It was really good. This book, it basically follows 2 sisters. One of them has her head screwed on straight and the other one does not, and the one that does not is the killer. That's all I'm going to say, because that's all you need to know. That's all I knew going in. And yeah, I gave this book a 4 out of 5 stars. Now let me tell you why. So this book, it jumps you straight into the story. It doesn't give you any background. I mean, eventually you do start to get a little background, but I'm not saying this in a bad way. I'm saying this in the best way possible. I hadn't read a book like this, and especially this is the first Black book, mystery kind of weird thriller book that I've ever read, and I really truly did enjoy it. So let me tell you, if you are familiar with the show, the series on Netflix called Black Mirror, this is like a Black Mirror episode. Like literally, you're thrown into this storyline and you're following it, and it's eerie, it's kind of weird. You're trying to figure out how this person is the way that it is. Why is this going on? Who is that? Who died? How did they die? Wait, why are they dead? It's weird. It's eerie. Like, eerie is the only way that I can explain it. The way that it wrapped up had me like, okay, it had me like, what? But in the best way, like a Black Mirror episode would. Honestly, I feel like Black Mirror should make this into an episode. It was really good. I enjoyed it. 4 out of 5 stars. I highly recommend. For the next book that I completed in the month of February 2020, this book is literally on my top, it's going to be on my top favorite books out of 2020, because I didn't know squat diddly about what this book was going to be about. I had no clue. I didn't know anything about it, and I hadn't really heard much about it from booktubers, to be honest with you. So I just happened to come across it on Goodreads, and I was like, I'm looking for a Black book to read right now. I need to get in as many as I can. And so I looked it up on Scribd, and I think it was maybe like 8 hours, and I was like, boom, I'm about to put that on 2.0 speed and get straight through it. Slay by Brittney Morris. And this book was so good. Okay, so basically, Amani, put this back with my sister's a serial killer. Slay basically follows this black girl who is in high school. She's in her senior year and she is a gamer, but she is not just any gamer. She is a creator gamer. See what I did there? She's created a game called Slay, and inside of this game is basically like a freaking black utopia. Okay, you have these cards. You have the macaroni and cheese card, you play the Michael Jackson card. Like, these cards are used in combat, and it's just so good, and I literally wish that it actually existed because I would really play this game. So it's an online game and it's virtual reality, so you put on the headset, the gloves, the feet, and you do your thing basically. So she's in high school and she basically is just very aware of her culture. She's a queen and her boyfriend is also a king, right? A black king, and he's like always uplifting her and all this stuff. And look at me, I'm so into it. I'm about to tell you what's really going on. That's all you need to know, is that she is a gamer, she's a creator, she created a game, and someone's after the game because of course it's an issue because it's all black. So anyway, that's what this book is about, but it has so much more. She goes to a very privileged school with majority white people, so it talks about her, you know, being black around a group of white friends. It sheds light on it, just like The Hate U Give sheds light on it. And it's just so good. It tackles things that black people have to deal with in our daily society from a whole bunch of different point of views, and I personally enjoyed that. When I say that, I don't mean that it's written in different point of views, I just mean that we get to see different sides of it. And actually, it actually is written in different point of views, so ignore me. But basically, it's really good. Please go check it out. I gave that book a 5 out of 5 stars, and it is one of my new all-time favorites. Next book that I read in February, this book, I'm just gonna tell you what it is. So this book is Piecing Me Together by Renee Watson. Now, I was recommended this book a year ago by Jessica Nicole Dickerson, aka J&D. Please go check her channel out. That's my girl. I will link her channel down below. She recommended this book to me and she was like, it is my favorite, like, you have to read this book. And thank you, Jessica, because I did enjoy this book. I gave it a 3 out of 5 stars. Now, I know you're probably like, ugh, did she really? I did. It just wasn't, I didn't know what I was going into. So basically, this book follows a young girl. Damn, I forgot her name. Please forgive me. Follows a young black girl in high school. I believe she is in her junior year, and she basically goes to, again, another very privileged school, majority white people, and she gets thrown into this program for, it's like a big sister program, and so you get a mentor who is black, she's a woman, and she basically helps you, you know, teaches you, she's a mentor, she mentors you, okay? So yeah, we follow her and her mentoring and her family, and she does come from low poverty. We see her meet a good friend and stuff like that. So it was good. I enjoyed it. It made me appreciate what I have, and it made me just be a little bit more grateful and count my blessings, I can tell you that. But it didn't have me like, oh my gosh, this book was so good. I just kind of felt like, huh, that was nice. Like, I enjoyed that book. So that is why I personally gave it 3 out of 5 stars. Last book that I read this month, it is none other than Jackpot by Nick Stone. Oh my goodness, this book was everything. Okay, I'm cringing that I just did that. But this book was everything. Okay, so it follows a young girl. She's in her senior year of high school. Her name is Rico. Is that just not a cute name? Okay, Rico for a girl, that is so cute. Okay, so the point is, she works at a convenience store or a gas station, and she's selling lotto tickets. Boom, a lotto ticket gets out. She ends up realizing that, hey, that's the winning number, but the person who got the lotto ticket must have forgotten, so now she has to try and find that person. So she goes on an adventure with this guy named Zan, who also goes to her school. She's black, he's white with Hispanic, but he Like they're okay. Their whole entire romance is so freaking cute. I ship it, okay? I ship it. The way that it ended had me kind of like, but like in like the best way. It was so good. I highly, highly, highly recommend. This book got a 5 out of 5 stars for me and is as well on my top favorites for sure. This book and Slay, oh my gosh, so good. It was a great way to end my reading month of February because I didn't really get to read anything else besides these books. This book also taught me to count my blessings, to appreciate things, the little things that I have, and it just made me want to just, I don't know, I don't know. Okay, I don't know, but this book was just very, very good. I highly recommend it. And yeah, so those are all the books that I read in the month of February. I only read during 1 week, and I'm glad. That was enough for me. Okay, y'all know how I am. I'm not gonna explain it because I feel like I explain it in every single video, but this was really good. 5 books, and most of the book. Wait, how many books did I read this month? Okay, I said in the beginning of this video that I read 7 books this month. I mean that I read 5 books this month, but I read 7. So 7 books, and 4 out of them were black, and I'm just very proud of myself. I really just enjoyed it. They were the perfect books for this month for me, and I'm really happy. Okay, so also I vlogged for the week that I read these books, but I just went to try and edit that vlog before I filmed this video, and it just wasn't going so well. I don't know if I'll end up editing it and posting it, but I will be posting this video today. So please, please, please leave down in the comments below if you would like to see the week that I read these books, as well as I watched To All the Boys I Loved Before, P.S. I Still Love You, that sequel with my sister, and I put a couple of clips of that. So if you would like to see that vlog, let me know. If not, it's gonna get trashed, to be honest with you. I think I'm just gonna keep it just for memories, but I'm not going to actually post it because it also is very late. We're in March now. How can I be posting a video that was back in the middle of February? So I don't know. You guys let me know if you want me to post that. I'm also working on a dream cast that will be up this week, as well as I'm going to go buy some paint so I can start my Strange the Dreamer thing. You know what I'm talking about. I'm going to be recreating the covers, the UK editions. So we just have a couple of videos coming towards us. Okay, I'm very excited, so please stay tuned. I love you guys so, so much, and I will see you in the next one. Searching.